it's actually for beginners. So you get to interact with most of the things we have already learnt in class. It will refresh your memory about what you have learnt in class, and then top it up a bit to an extent. Top it up a bit to an extent. So that's one of the reasons why that video is actually very important. But then I'm saying all those who say that, why should you not pay if you can actually do the 90 days plan and then just learn it? Let me bust your bubble. When I was trying to get certifications in data analytics and the likes, most of the courses I took, they are actually online courses. CFI is in Canada. They don't have any office in Nigeria. They don't have any physical office in Nigeria. Not to talk of me going there to go and to. So most of the schooling I did with them, they are actually online. Most of the schooling, they are actually pre-recorded class. No morale, nobody to ginger you. The only thing that will ginger you in that kind of setting is that you know that the pass mark for CFI is 80%. And the truth is, if you don't know it, there's no way you can pass. There's no way. Like there was a day I opened their slides. There was a day I took two PC at the same time to write their exam. I opened their slide, I put on my Google, opened their slide, did everything, trying to. In fact, I still failed. Like I still failed their exam woefully. Their exam can be that tedious. It can be that tedious. So maybe that was enough a morale to actually boost to actually learning it. Maybe that was enough a morale, and the fact that access to it is time bound. I think the payment was per month. I think the payment was per month on their. I think the payment was per month. The payment I did there, it was either per month or it was for the whole course, and they gave me a kind of timeline to finish the whole course. So that was it. So but then on so maybe that was maybe enough drive that you are paying in dollars, and then this and that. Maybe that was enough drive. Maybe I'm saying maybe, but then it might still not be an enough drive for some guys on this call, because how much is the amount we pay for this class? I'm saying maybe, big guys, with the way I'm hearing Mr. Shion's voice, he's looking like a big man. Mr. Nelson's voice, Mr. Nelson is looking at, in fact, Mr. Nelson is a married man, so married men are always very
I
rich.
don't think you agree with that now.
Married men are always very rich. They can afford to just close eye to some. And most of you guys, some of you guys, yeah, finance guys. I know that finance guys, they are always very rich. So to a large extent, I mean, someone like our miss here. Most of you guys are actually big guys. I'm saying that someone like Missy Fair, big lady, Miss Toyin too, Mrs. Toyin too. She's Mrs. You know, but that might not really be that. How much is 60K? How much is that? And the like. So you can move on. But then the truth is, one of the things I always tell anybody is that when the reason why you pay for a physical class, or the reason why you pay for someone to actually lead you, is so that you will have someone you'll be accountable to, and that accountability actually does a lot of things. It does a lot of things in keeping you focused. When you know that you have to report your assignment to someone, you know that you have to report after you have gone to someone, then the truth is it keeps you on your toe. Not everyone do maximize that anyway. Not everyone do maximize that. But then I'm saying that it actually helps a lot. After I finished all my schooling and the likes, I said, no, that despite the fact that I was very good and the likes, that I still need somebody to be accountable to and the likes. And then I got myself a very, in fact, she most likely will be my age mate. She most likely will be my age mate. But then the fact that she's already in the UK market, she knows what the market demand is for data analysts over there in the UK. She knows their pay, she knows this and the likes, and then the truth is, it is better for me to just be submissive and say, ma, please, can I be having sections with you once in a while, and the likes, and the likes, and the likes, and the likes, and don't mind paying if need be, and the likes. And then that's, in fact, there was a time that we always have sections. She was the one that taught me how to use white card on SQL. How to use white card on SQL. She was the one that taught me how to use white card, how to use this, how to use that, and the likes. And at the point in time, when we got to Excel, she discovered the fact that I was very good than her on Excel. She discovered that, and then the truth is, she was also very humble enough, because the truth is, knowledge is something that we keep doing. knowledge is something that we keep doing, we keep acquiring it. So I'm saying that to say that please, when we have class like this, it is expedient for you that before the next class you go over what we learnt in class. It is expedient, and that is why we always ask in class, did you go over it? Yes, we had a busy day, we had a schedule, we had this, we had that. It's possible, yes, we know that, but then it is still very important. Your class review should be part of your daily schedule. Your class review should be part of your daily schedule. In fact, this brand, Syntanatics, it actually got rebranded majorly this year because of some kind of insight I got. Earlier this year, I had to book a session with one of my old friends. The guy is to freelancing. He has been in the freelancing space for a while, so he knows the market demand and likes. And I booked a section with him, and then we had about 1 hour. I don't have so much money. I had to just say because when I approached him, the guy told me that he's charging in dollars. And the lights and so why we got talking. One of the things that he said that struck my heart was the fact that he said, for you to be able to grow in whatsoever field you are, you have to dedicate one hour every day. If it's just 1 hour every day, if it's just 30 minutes every day, to do more research about that field. You guys are possibly coming to the data analytics field now, maybe to augment your current field, or maybe to even transition into it. Said just spend 1 hour to research about your brand, about the field you are, what they are doing, what are the new things they are bringing on board, how can you get better on it, and I did that consistently for about a month, and then the truth is my mindset actually changed about a lot of things, because I was able, in fact, that was when I saw some of these top guys. There's a guy, Demand Sage, that they do Demand Sage. I've never had Demand Sage before, but then doing my research, I saw them. In fact, I had to pinch to them on LinkedIn. We have been having a kind of discussion low key that I was telling them if I can just come on board with them low key and the likes. We have been having some kind of discussion around it and the likes. So that's one of the best ways to actually go. If it's just 30 minutes to go over what you learned yesterday, if it's just 1 hour, if it's just 10 minutes, please add it to your daily schedule. That's how you can get better on the field. That's how you can get better. So that I don't want to do so much talk yesterday. We had a long time yesterday. We had a long discussion yesterday, and I believe that we learned maybe one or two things from yesterday's discussion. Today I want to move straight up to just revise some of the things we discussed yesterday. Oh, don't mind me. I had to shut down my system because of the class. I had to shut down my system to prepare for the class. I said. So yesterday in our class, we went through what we did in our first week, defining our data analysis again, discussing about the types of data analysis we have, the types, discussing about the after the types we discuss about every other things about data analysis we discuss about, talking about the types, talking about the processes involved, talking about, then we went further to discuss about our introductory class on Excel interface. We discussed about our Excel interface. We discussed about the guys on Excel interface, talking about our clipboard. We talked about our clipboard, our font, our data, and then yesterday, part of what we looked at yesterday was we started on our basic functions. We started on our basic functions yesterday. We started looking at our functions according to our school calendar. For our school calendar, our functions that we ought to check yesterday was our sum, average, count, and then count A, then maximum and minimum, then our if statement. We have been able to do these guys, and we even did more than this, because we added some if, can't if we added all those to it. And then also that yesterday we looked at our paste special. We looked at our paste special that we ought to do in class today. We have done it yesterday in our class yesterday. That was when I was saying that we have you can paste normally. You can paste your values. You can paste your formula. You can transpose. Yeah, you can paste your link. Those are the things we checked under our paste special yesterday. Basically for today, we'll be looking at our conditional formatting. We'll be looking at our conditional formatting, and then after today's class, you'll be having your first assignment. After today's class, you'll be having your first assignment, and then it is expedient. You know, we have 70% assignment submissions. 70% assignment as part of the criteria to graduate in the school. So you'll be having your first assignment tonight, and then tomorrow we'll be understanding the data type. We've done the data types already. So for tomorrow, what we'll be doing basically are our said referencing. We don't really have much to do tomorrow. So after learning our said referencing tomorrow, we'll be looking at we'll be having a kind of our on Sundays normally at times. One of the things we always have is our kind of feedback sections. So because we've discussed our data types already, so and we have more ample time, I can do cell referencing in very minimal time. Cell referencing is very easy and straightforward. So we'll be having, after we are done with our class for tomorrow, we'll be having our a kind of feedback sections also tomorrow. Where we look at the journey so far. Yeah, it's just week two. However, we see look at our feedback, talking about our class, so that we will be prepared against tomorrow. So that we look at how the form of teaching, how are you guys resonating well with it? What can we improve on? You give your feedback on how is it at the moment, what you enjoy at the moment, then what you feel they are in excess, what you feel we should remove, what you feel we should add. So we'll be having that section for the first time tomorrow, so that we can improve on our class as from next week. And if we have our assignments ready tomorrow, we might also use some of the time to go through our assignments. So yesterday we looked at we drew this table yesterday, and yesterday we looked at let me quickly go over this again. Very fast. Yeah. This name of students. Name of students that you know. I start by saying so we have this. Let me copy this name of student to this place. Yeah, I know that this guy I don't want. Can I get it as a fresh file? Okay, let me just make do with this. Control V. So I said I have this. You can enlarge this to this. I said somebody is raising hand. Mr. Nelson, you are raising up your hand. So you can. Mr. Nelson, if you are raising up your hand, you can talk. Okay, you are not raising. Okay, so format printer. Okay, that was an oversight. Okay, no problem. So format printer. Okay, so I have this my format printer. Okay, so this is my original file. So what I did there was just I have taught you how to use this format printer. I copied the format over here and I pasted it here. So that helped me to retain my name, the names of everybody in the class. So that helped me. So what else did we do yesterday? We had our heading. Let me copy this heading. Okay, so add this. So yesterday, what we did in my class yesterday was that we add this. We said our numbering, our student's name, then these are our class class what we are testing on in class. General knowledge, Excel knowledge, assignment, Power BI class, internship, SQL theory, and then SQL class. So and then we have the mark obtainable to form your 100%. Most likely, maybe this will form part of your final assessment. I don't know, but then let's see. Since we have it 100% already, so now we have names of students over here, and then we said we want to learn our functions. So yesterday we said we copy. Let me copy this again because of those not in class, so that we can go over it. We said these are the guys we are looking at. These are the guys we are looking at. Control C to copy. Alt tab to change your view. Alt tab. Then come back here. I can put this guy over here. Ah. So, and I said yesterday we want to. Yesterday class lab was said we should discuss on these guys. So we want to know our sum, our average, our count A, our maximum, our minimum, our if. So let's move very fast because we need time on conditional formatting. So the first thing we learned in class today was that we can separate these guys to different cells. We can separate these guys to different cells. So and how can we do that? We said that's where our delimiter comes in. So and I will move fast. So we come under our data, we do our test to column. Test to column, we pick our delimited, then we click on our list, and then here we have options of tab, semicolon, comma, space, others. I have space here, but then I prefer to use comma. Let me remove this. Then I put comma. Can you see it has already delimited this? Then I can click on my finish. Can you see? It has separated these guys to columns, to different columns. This one is on its own. 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 If I'm working too fast, kindly check the video recording. Count if I said count if, sum if. So we looked at our types of paste yesterday also. We said we copy this, copy or Control C. Then we came over here and we said we checked different type of paste. We have your normal paste. Your normal paste we paste it like it is. Then we said we have paste values. And we said for paste values, it is when you are dealing with formulas. For example, you are saying 2 equals to 2 plus 2. That was the example I gave yesterday. 2 equals to 2 plus 2 equals to 4. If I copy this and I paste it here, can you see that it's still giving me 2 plus 2? However, if I copy this, Ctrl C, and I paste value, just paste value, can you see that it's giving me 4? It's not giving me 2 plus 2 again. So it's removing the back end and it's giving me the front end. So also if I copy this, Ctrl C, copy this, and then I do paste formula. What did I paste? Oh, this one is formatting. I paste formula. So this one will still paste it with the formula. And then also if I pick these guys like this and then Control C, copy, and then I put them over here and I do transpose. What I said, transposing is used for changing rows to column and columns to rows. So if I transpose this, can you see this guy was on the same column before, but then now it has changed it to row. So these are our paste specials that we have. So if for example now, if I want to work on these data sets, on these names, but then I don't want them to be on column this time around. I want it to be on rows. I want each one of them to have their rows. I can just do paste, transpose. Can you see? All the names are spread out now. So I can have anything I want to have under them. So that's how to go about that. So we discussed that yesterday. Those are the special paste we have. Also that yesterday I taught us how to use random number. I said I want to populate this. So because I want to populate it, the highest mark here is 10. I can easily be saying, okay, this man has 6, this man has 4, this one has 7, this one has 8, this one has 9, this one has 40. No, 46 is not possible. 4. Yeah, I can be doing it one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. I'll be writing it, but then it will take time. And then because this is not a real data set, it is just a demo, it's just a test. This is not a real life scenario. So just to make sense, it's a practice. It is a practice test. I can easily use random number. So when you're using random number, it's just, funny thing about SQL, Excel, and all these guys is that just if you are good at English, you are good to go. If you are good at English, you are good to go. It's just use instructing them. You are saying vocabulary to them. So you're saying that, okay, for this guy, this is 10. I want to pick a random number between 0 and 10 for each one of them, because the highest mark you can get is 10 and the lowest you can have is actually 0. That's the lowest. But then because of the fact that I don't want anybody to fail in class, so I'm changing my own minimum to 6, because I don't want anybody to fail in class. I'm saying that my own minimum in my own class, lowest score, highest. I was saying my own highest. Once someone's mic is on, who is that person? Please, if you are not talking, please always put off your mic. So I was saying that my own minimum is 6, and then my own highest is 10. So, so what I'll be saying is that, okay, computer, help me pick, just like you're saying that, computer, help me pick random numbers between 6 and 10. This is the instruction. This is the instruction we are giving the computer. Help me pick random numbers between 6 and 10. So, okay, I'm not saying, oh, fine, fantastic. You want a random number between 6 and 10? So I'm giving you 6, I'm giving you 7, I'm giving you 9, I'm giving you 6, I'm giving you 7. So computer is just giving you random number between 6 and 10, no string attached. It's just giving you random number. So how can we do that over here? We say equals to random between. Between what? 6 and 10. So you can say between 6, 10. So computer will give you the random number. Can you see? Random number between 6 and 10. That's because we just need it for class purpose. So from there we can say we are going all the way down. Yeah. So can you see? 10, 7. So if you look at everything here, you won't see anyone lower than 10 over here. You won't see anyone. You won't see anyone lower than 6, and you won't see any value higher than 10. So I don't want you to score everything in my class. But then let's just leave it. But then can you see that it's changing? It is changing because we are not using static number, we are using random number. So anytime you work on your sheet, it will keep changing. Random numbers are only used for experiments. They are not used for making any final decision. There is no string attached. So the same formula over here equals to random number, just pick a random between, this time around, the one between 10 and 14, because our highest mark over here is 15. So just close that. Can you see? It's giving you random number between. I can do my Control R to fill right. Then I can come over here, double tap this guy to fill down very fast. Can you see? Life is simple. Life is easy. So I can come back over here. This guy is sum of all these guys. So I taught us how to use sum yesterday. I said just do this. Highlight all these guys over here. In fact, you can highlight everything down like this. Then press your Alt equals to. Can you see? I highlighted everything at once and I pressed my Alt equals to, and it's giving me the sum of all these guys. Can you see? Let me do that all over again. So I am highlighting everything like this. By default, Excel will pick the empty space. It will pick the empty space and then do your calculation inside the empty space. Just press Alt equals to. Can you see? Alt equals to. Also, if I want to do our sum, we said this. So let's copy these guys. Let's copy these guys the way we have been copying. Let's copy Control C. Control C. Let's come over here. Let's transpose it. Let's transpose it. Transpose. can you see the same transpose we did, changing the row to column. Can you see? Very simple. So I want to do our sum. This is not the method I used yesterday, but then I've decided to use it today because it's the same thing. So for our sum, can you see I've picked everything now. Alt equals to again. Can you see? Alt equals to again. Can you see? Under our sum, that's given all the sums. The shortcut is Alt equals to. It's as simple as that. Just press your Alt equals to, and it will give you this soft life. And then we went ahead to say, okay, our average. We said our average. If you want, we said that the formula for average is that in your normal statistics, average equals to total sum of figures, or anyhow you want to put it, or in summary, sum divided by count of figures. This is your formula for average. Sum over count. So that's why we said count yesterday. So we did our count. Our count A, we said count A is used for counting A's. That is your test. Count A is used for counting your test. So we can say equals to count A equals to count A. So let me try it with these integers. Let me try it with this. Let's see what it will give us. I tried it yesterday. Okay, count A is counting this. Is this what our data type? General. Okay, it's not number, because our data type, because we are using random, because we are using formulas and we are using random, it's taking our data type as that's why your data type definition is very, very important. Let me do the same thing. Equals to count. This count, let me do it for these guys. Let's see. Hope it will form my hand again. Okay, can you see? For count, it is putting 0 here. And the reason is that for count, you can only use your count with integers, with values. Your number, your type number, your data type numbers. Your data type numbers. That's what you can use your count for. So equals to count. Let's count again. Count. Let's count everything we have over here again. Can you see that's giving us 22? Let's say equals to count A. Count A. Count A. Put this. So it's 22. Let's do count blank once and for all like that. There's a function called count blank. Count blank. Count blank. We want to do count blank equals to count. So for your count blank, you're saying count the numbers of blank space you have. So let's pick from here. Let's come down to this place. We have 1, 2, and 3 blanks. Let's see. Can you see? 3. So it will count your blank. So we said count if. Count if is talking about you want to count, but then they must fulfill some criteria. Criteria is very important. So let's say we are picking all these guys, and then you are saying count if it is greater than open semicolon, greater than 8, greater than or equals to 8, greater than or equals to 8. So can you see? So we have 12 people that have 8 and above. We have 12 people that have 8 and above. If you want to say equals to 8, we have 6 people that have 8. If you want to say less than 8, we have 6 people that have less than 8. So your count if, you must have a criteria with your count if. So you have your range and you have your criteria. That one is very important. Okay. So and I said that for your average, using this our formula over here, you can easily say your average is equals to sum divided by count, which is 8.5 8.727273. This formula, let's copy it, paste formula. I know that's because of referencing. By tomorrow we know why this one is like this, and we know what to do to correct it. That is referencing. So let's say equals to your sum divided by your count. So can you see? So I can clean this. So I want to do another short formula so that we will not be using our sum. Said equals to average. We taught all this yesterday. Average. You now pick average of all this number. You pick all these guys all over again, and click on your enter. Can you see? So we have 7.55. Does it correlate with this? Yeah, it's the same thing. 7.55. Can you see? So that's how to calculate your average easily on Excel. So and then we did our filling. Control R to fill. Can you see that this one changed to 8, this one also changed to 8 because they are basically doing the same thing. Yes, we are using different formulas, but then they are basically doing the same thing. So our class average, we said this is our class average. Our class average is 80. This is our class average. 81.227. This is our class average. So we want to see the number, the person with the maximum score, with the highest score. We do the same thing. Highest, our maximum is about our highest. So what is this one saying? Equals to maximum from here to here. So the maximum score we have is 10. This man has 10. This man has 10. This man has 10. This man has 10. Okay, so what is the minimum? Let's go. Minimum. All these things are still basic. They are still basic. Minimum. So enter again. So we have the minimum scores to be 6. Minimum scores to be 6. So we can do the same thing. Control R. So can you see this is the highest score in class? You can call first position. So the highest man in class had 90 now. Then last position. Last position had 75. So and then this is our class average. So and I said that in our report card in secondary school you always see something like class average, and then you see position, you see your own total score. You will not see the last position score. Don't mind me. But then teachers can see that. So that's basically what we did yesterday. And then we said, okay, count if. Okay, we've done count if already. We've done count. So then sum if. For sum if is also like count if. There is a criteria for it also. So let's say sum if what? If they have higher than 8. People that have higher than 8, sum them. Can you see? So this one is count if. Let me do this one also as higher than 8. So we have 9 people that have above 8. We have 9 people in this subject, general knowledge. We have 9 people that have above 8. And the sum of their mark is 83. This is what it means. The sum of people that have above 8 is the sum of their mark is 83. Which means that if you are looking at their average will be equals to this divided by this. So averagely each one of them has, at the moment, 9.42. Averagely each one of them has 9.42. So which means we have people that has 9 and people that have 10. So I think with this we have about maybe 4 people had 9 and maybe 3 people had 10. Which I'm just assuming from this final answer. I'm just assuming from it. So that's how to use your sum if. So your sum if also meets criteria. So for your if statement, we are going logical. For your if statement, we are going logical. Let me see. Do we have special class on logic? Your okay, yeah, logical functions. Funny enough, we are already doing some if, but then we have if x, can't ifs, some if. We are already doing some of these functions already. Test before. I showed us test before yesterday. I showed us test after yesterday. Wow. Okay, so and that is meant to be next week, but then that's not a problem. So we look at our logical functions very well next week. So don't let me jump into it now. I wanted to use this class for logical statement before, but then we'll be looking at that better next week. So that about about what we did yesterday. So to cap it up yesterday, what we did was that we made this a table to make it easier. We made this a table, and how we did that was that we did a sacked table. So we did our table, and we said our table does not have an header, and we said okay, and then it gave us a table, and then for our table we did alt equals to. So for our alt equals to, it summed up or everything over here. For our alt equals to sum everything, and we said because of that, from our table view, we can easily check our average. Check your average. You can easily check your count number. You can easily check your count. You can easily check your maximum. Maximum score is 67. You can easily check your minimum score, 75. Can you see everything we did over here? You can easily check them here. You can easily check the sum total. You can easily check our standard deviation. You can easily check our variance, and then you can still exploit more functions if you want to do. You can still exploit more functions if you want to do. So that's about our table. So we said our table gives a kind of quick view. If you want to give a kind of quick report, if you want to do a kind of quick report to maybe your principal is asking for report, and just prepare a kind of table as small as this, and then the principal is just saying, oh, who has the highest score in your class? You are saying maximum. Okay, this guy, the highest score in my class is 89. Oh, okay. So now the question of the highest score in your class is 89. So who has the 89 now comes in. Who has the 89? Okay, your class average is 80.09. Who are the people above your class average? So let me copy this. Open new sheet, and then paste this. We don't need all this. We don't need everything over here. Delete. I don't need everything over there. I don't need these guys. I don't need these guys. In fact, since you know how to use your count already, I don't need these guys. I don't need these guys. Can we create more lists, more student lists? Let's generate more student lists generically. Insert. Can you see it is already helping us to generate scores? Insert. Can you see it is already helping us to generate scores? Why? Because we are using a table, and then just like I told you, table, once there's a formula in one, it assumes the formula for every other ones. So let me see. Let me start more. I'm just trying to generate more, so that I want the class to be kind of, should I use the word big? I can delete this. Let me change my table formatting. So I can have this. So under names, I can have, don't mind me this time around. I'm just generating names. There's no shortcut to generate names. Like numbers. So I'm just inputting names anyhow. Don't mind. Deliberately, I want these guys to be voluminous so that so as you can get tired. I want you to get tired. Okay, so I think we have. Okay, this should not be packed. So I taught us how to number our columns yesterday. I said equals to a row into bracket a1. This is our row a1. So this is our row a1. So then can you see it's number one. So and then we do what again? We double tap this. Okay. Now I know. This guy is not part of our table. This guy is not part of our table. Yeah. So that is what is giving us this